Benny just showed so much growth, and he stirred away from that usual Griselda sound with the Derringer beats and the very grimy aesthetic, and he went into something very different. He went into kind of, Jay-Z's The Blueprint kind of, wave, where, you have these hard-hitting soul samples, and, Hit Boy, of course, executive produced this album, and he really surprised me just because it's not your usual type of Hit Boy production either. They both went out of their element and created a masterwork here.
Yeah, and this is his second studio album, bro, and he's 35 years old. So now you look at him and you're like, what is to come from Benny the Butcher? This guy could go down as an absolute legend if he is not already a legend. He's a Buffalo legend, and I love him because he's able to take you back to an aesthetic but make it sound modern and fresh and unique like it's never done before. And I like how selfless he is with this album because he's very honest about himself. He talks about things like, money, how is money going to change me? I'm just the same person as I was before, just 10 times grander because I was able to get my bag and get my family out of the streets type shit. And then talking about giving blocks to your shooters. And then, songs like War Paint where it's like a complete victory lap for all three members of the Griselda team. And then it's everything I wanted from a Coke/luxury rap album. And this is what I mean about underground releases. If the underground keeps performing like this, they will take the mainstream because the mainstream can't respond right now. Kendrick, Joey, like these guys are not dropping albums as good as like Benny the Butcher right now. I'm sorry. It's been like 3 years we haven't gotten them. And listen, I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. Like he's my favorite artist, but there's no one doing it like Benny the Butcher right now. And people would have said, yes, you could have gotten a Conway feature on this instead of this, or you could have maybe put a West Side Gun album over this, but nothing even comes close to me. This is beautiful. This is luxury rap at its finest. Mariano, bro, I want to ask you, what's your top 3 tracks on this album, bro? And like, what was your first reaction when listening to this?
Okay, so first of all, I want to address like what you said, about the nobody putting out like Benny right now. I have to agree with you. Like Benny is on a whole other level. Like Tana Talk 3 is all damn near perfect for me. It's such a great album. And yeah, if I was to give you my top 3, probably Timeless. Timeless is probably one of my favorite songs. I think it was one of the singles, with Weezy and Big Sean. I love what's it called? One Way Flight. Yeah, One Way Flight with Freddie. I love that song. And Trade It All. Trade It All is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, Trade It All is my favorite song on the album just because of, Benny's introspection and just how honest and vulnerable he is on that song. And, the main theme of the song is how he'd give up all of his money, all of his fame, everything he's worked for just to get back his family and his friends that he's lost to the streets. And, I've never seen him get that emotional and that vulnerable on a track. And, he also talks about, losing his brother on the song, Thank God I Made It, where he said that, he sees his brother in his nephew's eyes.
And like he has to stare away.
Those kind of lyrics like really impact me and touch me in a way that, no one else's bars are really doing for me in 2020.
And we also see how he feels about his career on like songs like Legend, where he talks about being, a 7th round pick and a sleeper pick, but ends up becoming a legend type shit. And that's the perfect narrative for Benny the Butcher is like, yes, he was a late bloomer, but this guy has consistently put out quality projects, and this was the perfect project to put out in 2020.